What's it done?
I don't know. It's saying I'm live. I'm just going to drop my thingy so that we're both on screen.
Yep.
Hi, Leanne, but the thing is I'm getting error message.
Okay.
It's saying My Time TV plans to go live with a naught. There's
We've
no
got people
picture
coming
showing.
in, so there is no
Yeah.
picture showing.
Yeah.
What if
I've
you
got an
refresh? Showing 3 people watching. Hello and welcome. Ros will be back with us in a moment, so I'm presuming you guys can still hear me. Hopefully by Ros just reloading it is going to solve the picture issue. So thank you, Tiff, for that little bit of feedback as well. Ros is back. It's working now. Yay. Thank you, Tiff. Ros can't hear me. Am I down in the lobby? No, I can't be. I must be on screen.
Hear you. Hang on, I'm going to have to drop you out and bring you back in, see if that does it. Can I hear you? Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear me?
The thing with that is, can others hear you? What I've got on mytimetv.live, yes, there's people coming in, but it's not on the actual scheduled event, which I've noticed is the thing that's actually happening in the studio too. I'll have to report that later. So please, people, just bear with me for a moment. I'm just going to put this back up just for a sec so that the image is there, then you're not having to cope with that. So I've just got to go. Yeah, it's showing up, I think, on my iPad, Leanne.
Yeah. I haven't looked.
Oh, that was showing us the 3 of us. Yeah, look.
Yeah. Gotta love technical stuff.
And it's a lot to do with the fact that I am on my borrowed PC laptop at Port Elliott.
Yeah.
So that's the why, I think. And I've got a mouse that's got the rollerball thingy, and it's not as easy to use as what the Magic Mouse on the Mac was. Oh. So,
yeah. How soon before you get your Mac to Port Elliott?
Yeah, and that's part of what the chat was going to be, I think, too, to a degree, because it's been in the planning, as most would know by now, for a while, to actually be, once I'd decided that I was going to actually do the move back to Port Elliott. And the process is basically electricals. That's been done. All of them have been checked. There's just one switch that needs to be done on the stove. Then there's the painting. Well, I'm waiting for the painter to be able to do that, and I'm hoping before the end of August, because in that time after painting is needing to do the floor coverings, and I've decided, I think I might replace the lot, whether I go carpet or just vinyls or something that's not carpet, because technically I don't like carpet much. It might be warmer and all the rest, but it's very hard when you have dogs to keep carpet hygienically clean.
Yeah.
Just a fact of life. And I sort of thought, well, easy to keep slate or vinyl or whatever, cork. I haven't priced that. That's what this afternoon's going to be with some of that. Then there will be maybe decorating. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not.
How exciting.
I've got a theme I would like, whether that works, and I've got a lot of stuff that needs sorting back at Meningie, which September is going, how do I do that? Because I haven't got the separate camera. To make it bigger, I'd just go like that, wouldn't I? Solo one, like that.
Yep.
So that's compass. And we all know what a compass is for. It's actually to help us gain our direction.
Yeah.
And it's something with the time card that was in this morning's reading that I did as well. It really does just click in. Well, actually, what's time? We just take what time we actually need, which I have had the luxury of being able to do with this process of moving from A to B. But now, this being the A in September, B will be Meningi and finishing off that. It's just a very interesting process, and it does bring thought processes. And oh my, I forget things. I even forgot it was Tuesday today, and thinking I can stay the night here, but I've got to be back at Meningi sometime tomorrow. Well, I've got to be back at Meningi for a 7:30 pickup to go to Adelaide with a friend. So
Yeah.
I'm heading back tonight. It's things like that. It's all of that this compass actually helps. Oh, this compass actually. Oh, there it is. Helps us get focused on.
I was going to say, where are you holding it?
Yeah. I was holding it down so you could see it in the picture.
Wrong camera setup.
Absolutely. And it was trying to do that this morning, to have the mobile phone. Ouch. Trying to get that out of the face. Have the mobile phone as a camera. It has that hissing still. We still haven't sorted out how you stop that close proximity of a mobile device to your computer, your microphones and the rest for doing a guest, using your mobile phone as the guest input as a camera. Yeah. I was still trying to work that out, so I still haven't worked it out. So,
yeah.
Do you know how to do that?
Oh, no. Well, it's just while you were talking about the mobile phone side of it, I just worked out I'm not coming through my normal external camera. I'm coming through the computer camera. I actually purchased a 7 USB plug thing that is run off of the power plug. Yeah. So it hooks to the computer as well as a power thing. Yeah. And obviously by hooking the external camera to it, the webcam has picked up on the computer itself. So I don't know. So it's going to be something I'm going to have to play with.
So you need to fiddle around with your settings and stuff too. Yeah.
It's a day for technology, I tell you.
Yeah, look, everything does work out in its right time and its right, timing is perfect when you really look at it and analyse it later. But it's usually the later that you look back in hindsight and you sort of, see here, I'm not even in the camera view there. In hindsight, you get the idea of what's happening, that general drift. Being in the moment is being in the moment, and that's what we should be.
That's it. And I think when we are doing that, being in the moment, we don't always have to be perfect. As long as we're comfortable. Like I'm doing videoing today for different things, and I like for marketing and stuff like that. And I'm thinking I should straighten my hair. So what? I put a bit of makeup on. I showered. I'm kind of looking at mine and I'm thinking I could take that time, but that's just going to put me even back further today as well. And I'm thinking people aren't going to look at my hair and say you haven't straightened it when I've done a video. It's not like it, it's neatish. I don't think we just need to be us. Be unique. Be original.
Yep. And the analysis isn't there. We are actually our own worst self-critics. And that's something really we do probably need to stop, because others are not looking at us as critically as we do to ourselves.
That's it.
So why beat ourselves up about little things that actually don't matter, and it's not mattering to other people? So why aren't we continuing to do that? I don't know. We're all guilty of it to a degree.
For sure. Well, I noticed, even the way I set my devices up today with the lighting and stuff and the camera to record and that, I was looking at me on the screen and I became judgmental and losing my focus. And I'm thinking, hang on, but the camera isn't actually there. It's off to the side. So focus on that. You're not seeing yourself. So much easier.
Yeah. And one of the first things I did used to do when it was those years ago doing hangouts on air It was because it was one of the first things as in the hardest things to do. So one of the first things I did was used to stick a little cutout of a picture of, I can't even remember who it was, and just stick it right behind where the camera itself, just a little blue tack, right behind where the actual camera hole is there. And then I was actually looking at that person and treating the whole design of it as it's a conversation with that friend. So that's why, for me, it has become easier over time purely because it does take some practice to actually look at that little blue hole, because mine is actually the camera that's in the PC laptop. I haven't got any external webcam today. And it does take a bit of practice, and it does take a bit of breath to actually calm the mind and just get into it. And, the time that we spend in worrying about it, we can just be doing things like saying hello to these people. Like, yes, it's working now. Hi, Tiff.
Yeah.
And then we've got Amanda who mentioned, yes, she can see us, and how are we?
Morning, Amanda.
That comment took a little bit of time to roll it round. Does that actually do the flip?
Yes, it does.
When we do it from one to the other? Instead of just turning it off and then just go like that. This is her question, but we'll get to that in a minute, because it's first off the ranks for later.
I love it.
And this morning, for people who maybe hear from some of those other pages, did we end up doing the cross-posting? Oops,
I didn't check. I got too wrapped up again. Grumpy with a camera.
Well, and I tried to check, but my memory, I couldn't remember where. I was hitting edit wherever edits were, and that's what I realised on the event in My Time TV. It comes up as the July date still, so I went in and edited that, but I don't think that's the actual show we're going live on here. This is a new broadcast. It's just I don't know how the live's doing it. It's not connecting in with the scheduled that's there. So those who may be seeing it from somewhere else, do make sure that you're clicking on the mytimetv.live link or the picture of it, or so that you're on mytimetv.live page, and then I can actually see your comments. To do this with, say hello, even though that's a question, but it's
Michelle.
The first one I clicked on. I think that's the one where it's the hello. Good morning.
Good morning, honey.
Because it's this mouse, it's super fast on that rolly scroller thingy, and I'm going to end up doing really random. It probably won't be in order today. So, okay. And that's when we
morning,
get round
Emily.
to it. And hi, Emily. We've got Vanessa here. I'm hoping I haven't missed anyone, but the likelihood is that I might, because of this mouse.
It is what it is.
That went straight up and down. It goes so fast. How the heck? And just a reminder too, that's another comment question.
Hey, Kellyanne.
Thing. Whoops, that was quick. And we've got Rochelle or Rachel?
Rachel.
Rachel. And we'll do these. And here's Mum.
Mum. Good morning, Mum.
Oops, hang on. Because mine to say hi to my mum, it would definitely be in spirit.
Yes. My mum adopts a lot of others.
We did say hello to Michelle. That was one of the fast things that went scrolling fast. Yeah. And I don't even know whether I'm going up or down in these, which is a bit weird. With questions that are like this for, like, Janine, hiya, how are you? But we do actually ask that you do specific, like make this question specific. It just makes it so much easier to move through. Oh, and there's your hello. See there? Another whiz past. I'm looking at the little icon. Is that a piano? An old piano?
It looks like an old piano with a branch and flower or something on it. Yeah. It's very old and lots of energy in it.
Rustic. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. That's
like
the word.
Been well used and stuff.
Yeah. Well used, well loved.
Now. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I could spend the time just sitting out, and I'm just wandering off again, because I've got the window there, and that makes it look like I'm actually looking away from you. We did this last time I was here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll just turn my back to you, shall I? No, it's that way. The opposite.
It is. It's the opposite. Got to get used to it. So I'm looking at the very colourful wall that is there. That's the next step, is the painting that we're going to be doing. So, yeah, I'll try to move around so that I am looking at you. So what have you been up to besides doing some videos? What else have you been up to?
Videos, yeah. What else have I done? I tried to take a couple of days for myself on the weekend, but the thing is, when I stop and I sit and I try to switch off, I come up with a lot more new ideas. So I don't know if it's a good idea stopping, but no, I've been working on nurturing myself a little bit since August has kicked in. So I'm doing a little bit more study as well. So I signed up for this study course, February, March, something like that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I haven't touched it for a while. I've got to work through the modules. So I've done that. But I'm also looking at revamping a couple of old courses that I put together a couple of years ago and putting it out there again on self-love and different stuff. So, yeah, there's always something.
Oh, which is good.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah. I unpacked the dishwasher this morning while I waited for a child to get ready for school, and I've half packed it, but I think I left it open actually.
Yeah, you've actually had a very busy morning from what you described to me. It's
crazy. Yeah. When I rang the hairdressers yesterday and said, can I just get in for a fringe cut? Because it was driving me nuts. And I thought, I'm not going to hack it myself. And she's like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my God, it's starting the day off busy.
Yeah.
Got there.
Yep.
So,
which is good.
Yeah.
And it looks lovely and neat and tidy. Yep.
It does, and it feels good at the moment. So thank you.
No, that's good.
What about yourself? What have you been up to lately?
Yeah, I still spend a lot of time in front of the screen. Is it productive? Oh, I don't know. Courses, I look at some of what I've actually got on the computers, as in there's not much on this one now. Thankfully, with the way that technology's improved over the years, you don't actually have to store as much on your own device. There's so much space available in that cloud space, but it still needs management, and still things that I've signed up to do, like you mentioned, courses. I've got plenty of them on Udemy. I've got plenty of them on, and I'm doing a virtual assistant one, and to do proofreading and that type of thing, and sort of thinking. It's the more practical stuff, not the self-care development stuff, I suppose, over the years. And this is where I think for anybody listening, honestly, you become... I have become, over time, fairly cynical of some of the stuff that we work through. You move through it and you go on to the next stage, and you're still trying to work at income building and stuff, because I've had the experience of being out on my own from the 45-50, trying to get work over 50 in employment isn't easy. So I've just plain given up on that. And it's that sort of, you can build a cynicism that you really need to let go. Just be who you are, gather what you know, put that out there as to if I really wanted to do a full-time job, I probably could, but I'm not going to be bothered trying for that because I just don't want to. I like how my living and lifestyle is, but it's not, and this is where it's the self, the, what's that affirmation stuff? What's it called? Law of attraction.
Yes, for sure.
Even trying to remember things like that. It's sometimes you sort of, I have sort of started to think, why doesn't it work? But is it because at subconscious level, really, I'm not wanting to build into being a business. I'm not wanting to actually get that type of thing going. I really like doing the adventure-y type stuff of like doing the fairs. Like you started me into that path, and having that sort of fun and growing into what I actually enjoy doing. And I wouldn't have known I
That's
enjoyed doing psychic medium work until my connection with you, basically. It would have happened if it's meant to, because that's the way that our destiny is designed.
Yeah.
And I sort of think, God, get over your own self at times in that.
And that's the thing. We do that.
And let that judgment of self drop.
Yeah.
And moving forward to, yes, I still need to earn an income. And I like reading. I pick up proofreading. You know, I pick up mistakes in stuff. I think I might have mentioned this last week too. It's still, what's that compass telling me, you know, as far as which direction I'm meant to be going. And we do question it to a degree. When I'm actually on that path fully proper, you know, income being earned in what I'm doing, I'll know I've got there. It's that process, things that we're doing. Yeah.
And I think it's healthy. But
and
I think it's healthy to take a step back occasionally and look at the direction we're heading in. You know, I've got into the habit, if I can on a Sunday night, I'll take 5 minutes or 10 minutes for myself, just breathe, ground, and reflect on my week to do the letting go. But then I'm looking at also at what I've got coming up in the next week. And, you know, it's good to get into the habit to look at the next 6 months, the next 12 months, because we're starting to get those pictures and that manifestation starts when we're listening and we have that clear energy that we put out there. But like you said, we can block stuff. You know, part of you is going, yes, I could go and get a job, but really, do I want it? And that's what we're going to keep drawing in, is that energy around that side of it. So
we actually do. Hi, Rowan.
Hey, Rowan.
And we actually do attract what we're putting out in those thoughts. So the law of attraction does work, but you need to be thinking carefully of what you're actually thinking. Yeah.
But also remember, that's it. I knew what you meant. But also keep in mind, just because you're thinking that and you're putting it out and it's not happening straight away, it can be around timing as well. So keep going. It's that more work to do. You know, for 8-9 years, I wanted a swimming pool. I kept saying I want a swimming pool. I want to sit at summer and be able to relax around the pool and the kids have fun and stuff. I literally got there when we built our house and I knew exactly where I wanted to put it. And I could sit there and picture the kids jumping in and the waves coming, like the water splashing up, and feeling that coolness of the water. So to literally put yourself in there and keep that clear picture is when we're going to manifest that stuff. It's, you know, like I said, it's the mixed energy that brings mixed things into our lives.
Yeah, and it is that clear thought process, and visualising it does really speed it up as far as that goes. And it does remind me sometimes, and that saying, you know, be careful what you wish for. It's also that sometimes we're actually being redirected if we're not getting what we wish for, if we're not getting what we really think or feel that we really need or want. It's likely Spirit's telling us something else. It's saying, no, that's not the direction you're meant to go for. It's redirect your compass to, this is where you're meant to be going as well.
Yeah. So I know my mum's here watching. My mum has wanted, or keeps saying for ages to her guides, that she needs a new car. So I've been telling her to put the direct question out. So Mum, see yourself sitting behind that beautiful new steering wheel and the colour of your bonnet and, you know, how comfy you feel. So go the whole hog.
Yeah, picture it completely. Yeah. And there's the hello, are we well? Another one. Oh, did I put that one up already?
I think you put that one up before.
Is that when I said hello, Mum? I can't remember.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, goodness.
So, you know, we can do it. If we put our minds to it, we can do it. So.
Yeah, it is. And I'm trying to find where I'm up to. Is there anything in there? I can't remember. Is there someone I've missed?
Not that I know of. Raven is just letting us know, yes, trying Ros. So she's been working on that.
That's that one. Yeah, there.
Yeah. So, yeah. And it can be hard at times. We're just got to stay focused and not give up because there's a lot of things. And June, July has been crazy energy. August is now going to start to ease off. We're now a few days into August, so we should start to see that energy change. August, we need to nurture us. We need to let go of everything and just take self-care. Nurture us, and everything else will fall into place when we surrender. So throw your arms in the air and go, that's it. Go for it. Go your hardest.
And it does. It's trust just came through as the word with that one. It's trust, and it's trusting ourselves that we are following our path in what we're doing.
Yeah. It's put in front of us for a reason. Why fight it?
Yep. So true. So true, so true, so true.
Yeah.
And I need to listen to that too.
Oh, we all do. Believe me, I have my times too. I'm not perfect, far from it. Yeah. So, we all wallow in the self-pity. We all go through different things, but it's knowing you're doing it and acknowledging it and changing that action, that thought process that makes a difference.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And I just know, because I seem like I'm distracted. It was that one from Cherie Louise that that as I flicked past, I thought, I have to read that. It took a bit of time to read, and I still haven't actually read it. And I thought, 42, lots of different qualifications, but I have trouble getting enough hours in work as I need work 9 to 3, Monday to Friday. And that's sometimes our boundaries because of kids and stuff.
Yep.
Keep thinking things will pick up. It doesn't seem to. Do I need to move to a different path? And isn't that just what we've been talking about? So I like this technology where we get those instant responses and being able to talk about this sort of thing and have the feedback on this, global level, really.
Yeah. And I'm always a big believer, if it's not working and you've got to work hard to make it work, it's not the right pathway. You change it. It might take a slight change. So, and I keep saying that to Mum, and I just seen Mum had put a question there and I had to smile. I've been seeing it now, Leanne, laugh out loud. I told her I was going to buy a Matchbox car. A little convertible.
It's funny you should say that. It's interesting how some stuff does actually manifest.
Yeah.
Purely because my ex-husband and I went, like when we were still together and the rest, it was just one of those things that he'd always wanted a Porsche, all right? So one of those first types of funny birthday type gifts, I bought the Matchbox toy Porsche, all right?
Yep.
And it's only been in the last couple of years after divorce and everything, and he's remarried and stuff, he does own a Porsche SUV. So
a full-scale one,
what he
not
was
just a small one.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's it. And I think the last thing it does. The last thing I put my mind to, I reckon it took about 6 weeks for it to manifest from start to getting it. So, it doesn't have to happen overnight.
No, and it's that patience, it's the trust, and sometimes it's the openness and being aware that sometimes we get told a no, but what is actually our need that we are meant to have, it all happen in the way it's supposed to. I've just whilst I've got that question up with that thing, as far as needing to move to a different path, where's that? And I'll just put that to the solo, so you can see it more clearly. It's just that the fox jumped out at me as I was shuffling the cards. And that's more to do with, just ask around, keeping aware of what other options there are, because you might need to be looking somewhere else. Like the different path thing, do you need to move to a different path? It could be the perfect job in the hours that you need that's actually just around the corner and not listen. And to me, in this instance, the fox is actually more to do with someone else telling you it's not possible. Don't believe it. They're just being a bit sly on you. So, hang on. Because you'd already said something about that one, hadn't you, Leanne?
Yeah. If it wasn't quite working, we move forward.
Yeah, move it. So, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you said, I was saying about you seeing it now. Yep.
Feel the wind in your hair. Nice strong aircon.
I'm just wondering, Amy's just saying my live feed's playing up, so just wondering if you read my message. Look, I haven't gone through all of them yet, Amy. It is at the moment just pop up. It's there.
Cute, Bubba.
If it's in the stream of comments, it is there, but because of this mouse, it's flicking past so fast, and I'm not sure. Let me find a different way of doing that.
Beady mouse.
Look, so it was Amy's, wasn't it? Yeah, look, you're up the top of the list. It's fine. I've just figured out how to do it really slowly. There's little arrows just at the top and bottom of the scroll feed. Anyone that does that stuff will know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we've got Amanda here, just wondering if we see her getting full-time work and moving away from her ex.
I'm going to do the move before the work, honey. So my feeling is that it's about getting settled where you're comfortable with and then focusing on getting the work. So I get yes on both. It's just timing.
Yeah, I think so. And I'll just enlarge that one. So it's right smack in the middle. Peace. The lilies represent peace. So I think once you've actually dealt with it, like the both, will bring you peace. And in the order that Leanne has suggested, I'm feeling that is the correct move too. It's that piece move first. And now we've got Amy's there. So, good morning. Asking please for healing prayers for our friends and their daughter who's just been hit with a massive health blow. Please keep Mackenzie in your thoughts and prayers.
I will, honey.
Can do that, Amy.
Sending out a lot of healing and love out to them all.
Yeah, doing right at the moment. So that'll keep flowing.
There's a lot of sadness around that at the moment, so I think it needs to be acknowledged as well.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't quite feel real just yet.
I'm also feeling, Tower, I'll just put that up. Tower in the Lenormand is a slightly different meaning for what is in a tarot deck with the major arcana. But I'm feeling the energy more of the tarot equivalent for the Tower in this one, as in as old things pass away, new things will be built and grow from that. So, yeah, keep in mind that change does also bring benefits as well in different ways that we don't always perceive in, because you're living through it at the moment too. So, yeah, prayers and thoughts with her. Definitely. You said it's her daughter, Mackenzie. Yep. And Gina, hi ladies, what honey. Do you pick up for me on my love life?
I get there's growth coming around that side of it. So to me, I want to say focus on you for now and just go with the flow. All right. So I do feel that things will move forward in a positive way this year. October, I keep getting October around you.
Mm-hmm. And with the birds, I'll just quickly do that as a solo. The birds are a communication and getting together in groups and actually having a good time, but just be wary of gossiping and don't listen to it. So move forward with where you want to be with a relationship, not what other people might say.
And when you add all those numbers together, you get the 10. October's the 10th month.
Oh, yeah, I'll put it away already.
Yes, it was 7 down the bottom and 12 at the top. Yeah, so it's 2, 3, numerology-wise, new beginnings.
It's funny chatting with Shaz this morning because we do still do the daily morning ritual almost of FaceTiming. And there was something that she said, what's the numerology in that? And all that stuff I've got, it's back at Meningi, because when you actually convert words and names and business names and things like that, you actually convert each letter to a number and you bring it down to the one. I mean, you know how to do that, Leanne. And I think, off the top of my head, nah.
That's
you
the
really
thing.
have to work it out.
Yeah, and if I sit down and I do it, I know how to do it, but the memory of what the numbers mean is it's not my strong point, and that's where I've got to go and look it up. I do remember some of them, but not all of them.
it's actually a good tool.
Yeah.
And it's like anything that we use. Like cards are only a tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the runes, like, numerology, and even with colours and things like that, they're all only a tool. What we really need to be tuning into is that inner heart connection, that's our soul connection, that is connecting with spirit, with those who are on the other side, which is how so much of what the information is that we get and receive. And, whichever way it comes to us, the senses, and I can't remember them all off the top of my head, it's to do with how you see, you hear, you smell, you touch, you taste.
Yeah.
All of that comes into play, even receiving the messages.
That's it.
That, yeah.
Yeah. But, you can even tell so much by looking at people. I went to a thing last week, and so sure you've seen the video of it. Yeah. I've been very careful not to. That's just a little inside joke for those that don't know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Sue Shaw does amazing face reading. She explained to us there's so much you can tell by the face, and even just to sort of separate the face into 3 sections, like with Ros, looking at her forehead, with what I understand it to be, I would say Ros is very much a thinker sort of thing, but doesn't visualize things as much, but she takes a lot more action because of the way the face is broken up sort of thing in that side of it. She did say that there is a how should I put this delicately? There is a point on our lip that is very sensitive that can sensitize the hormones.
Yes.
Passionately wise.
And very helpful for those with thin lips.
That's it. So I couldn't help myself last night on a webinar, and one of the ladies both the ladies that were running the webinar took part in this meeting last Thursday as well. So I'm like, excuse me, such and such, are you playing with your lip? I couldn't help myself.
I'm sure they'll probably watch this and cackle.
Exactly.
They'd probably laugh gently. Cackle.
More than likely, she's going to piss herself laughing. Let's be honest.
Yes, I think both will.
Yeah, that's it. So but see, there's so much you can tell about people, and the more we learn and the more we grow, this all comes out. It's intriguing. It really is. I find it very fascinating.
Yeah, it's part of what we see. Because that's what we see is the face. It's part. The body is what we see of a person. It's the physical. It's the first impression, the first impulse, the first energy we're feeling is the energy of the physical. Yep. And then you start feeling the energy bodies and the auras and that sort of stuff. And I sort of thought, as doing the face stuff, it's the most obvious. It's the one we look at the most because we like to see the person to the eye. I know some cultures don't. The Aboriginal culture, I know, is one that isn't keen on the eye connection and the eye contact. But it's it's just the fact it is the face, and it can tell you so much. And it's opening ourselves with an awareness that it's not just one part of the body. This is all the part of everything of who we are, including those energy bodies. But it's such an important one because it says so much to us. You look at palmistry, that's important. It says so much to us. Feet, you can read the feet. It's just so many tools that we've got. It's exciting. We should be able to actually see people better, but we don't. We block a lot of it because we don't want to know.
That's it. And I just found the face stuff really interesting. It wasn't that I want to go out and learn it now, but like when Sue was talking about the forehead and that, it was good to compare those things to how I get my message. So if somebody's to think, I get very much drawn to the head and the busyness in the mind, constantly going that energy, where she's saying, like, if you've got a big forehead, you're very much the thinker. For me, I hide my cleverness, my smartness. Ros shows hers.
I didn't used to. It's like, flicking that back, it's just practical because the hair is long now. But it has been the steady changes and growth that I've gone through as a person. and being able to express that more openly. So it actually is a choice in its way of being more open and opening the face to being read, to being seen, and being out there in public with it. So, you know, and we do it unconsciously without even knowing it. We do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, do the reading. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
That's it.
I've got a card for someone that was to do with unlocking that. Now, I'm not sure whether it was Jodie. Have we done Jodie's or Michelle? Both are about career. It's both about career. So let's take it as both. That's what I actually had, was pulling it out as I was looking at one or other of those two. Because, you know, part of who we are is where we direct our energy into for our income and our careers and what we enjoy doing. Oh, I haven't maximised that, have I? Soloed it. And it's opening up ourselves, it's unlocking ourselves as far as what opportunities that you actually want to grow into and develop, okay? So whichever of those, I think probably the same card for both. It's unlocking where you actually want to be, where your interest is, that you're actually going to enjoy what you're doing and rethink, relook. What are you feeling?
Sorry, I wasn't actually concentrating on that. I'm just taking care of something in the background that I've just noticed in the comments. Okay,
no,
so if you just want to keep talking,
I'll keep going.
I won't be a sec.
I'd love to know how many children I'll end up having. So
I
numbers.
Hear 3 for that.
I'm just going to do a quick 3 shuffle. Yeah, you keep on doing what you like to. Do you want me to solo it?
No, I'm okay. I can still hear. I just can't see the screen.
Okay. No, that's all right. That jumped out. So whether the sun's got anything to do with it, I've actually got 3 in 1. So that could be partially right, and there might be something that is a miss in that lot as well. Whoops, hang on. Let me go with that. As far as the numerology goes, it goes to 4 if you add them together, but I'm not feeling they need to be added. And I can't quite see what's down the bottom. An ace. So the one, I think that's probably, that's what I'm feeling out of it too. So I hope you enjoy your 3 children.
Yes.
And just be
3 was very strong. For me.
Yeah. So I am feeling be prepared, but it would be one that's a missed pregnancy, like the pregnancy will be there, but it won't be completed. But it's something that you won't notice, if you get what I mean. Or you'll notice it and it's just as if, I've gone through a miscarriage myself. Yeah, I've gone through a miscarriage myself that was almost, the 4 month, but it was as if it was just a period happening. So it's that's what I'm feeling around that. So, at that point, that in itself for me was a growth stage as well. So, you'll do what you need to at that point in time. It's not something to be grieving about completely, because any time that there is it's my understanding and my belief that any time that there is miscarriage, and I've had more than that, my own experience in life with miscarriages and other things that happen with pregnancy, it really is that the soul that comes in is only meant to be there for that point of time that is whatever the lesson is, whatever it is that experience is meant to be for you individually, for the person it happens to individually. The soul wasn't meant to complete the journey to being born. It's part of the process of what life processes and experiences are. So don't feel, you might feel sad at the time, and this is for anyone that goes through that sort of experience, because you yourself have had some issues around that too, haven't you?
Yeah, so a lot of fertility issues.
Yeah, fertility or miscarriages or stillbirths even. I mean, it's all part of what life gives us as the full range of experiences. So, and Emily, I'm not sure if you've got a question there somewhere else, but can you make it a bit more, any chance for a message, can you make it a bit more detailed, just as a reminder? And to those who might be on the other pages, make sure it's mytimetv.live that you're on. And I'll hit that one because that's what's next in somewhere that the mouse went to.
Bessie, I would appreciate any guidance regarding my current situation with my kid's father. I actually feel like you need to set your boundaries around that, honey. So whether you haven't been able to find your voice, I just get the blocked throat chakra with that side of it. So I do get, by setting your boundaries, standing your ground, that things will get better with that side of it. Okay, so I just feel like he's not meeting you halfway in that sense. So to me, I get the game playing in that way. All right.
Yeah, and that's part with the tower too, in the respect of the Lenormand, it can also mean to do with some of the government departments and things like that. So I think to add to that, you stand your ground in what you actually want with, I'm feeling you are separated and it's custody things happening, so stand your ground with that. And do put it out there what you are expecting and what you will put as your requirements. So
actually, with Bessie's energy, I feel a little bit tired. I just feel like I want to curl up and go back to bed. So, honey, you might need to nurture yourself a little bit at the moment as well.
I'm feeling it's been a bit of a battle through.
It's wearing her out.
Netting it, that's what I felt when I saw the tower, because things felt like they were crumbling.
Yeah.
And that's a bit that cross-reference to the tarot deck as well, but it's more to do with the government side of it's what I'm feeling there. So, yeah, did I click on one? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, there's another one that's straight under, which is from Kellyanne. So, morning, lovelies. Have been a bit of a slump due to a fight for absolutely everything. Having to fight for absolutely everything to see any light.
Yes. Yes. I want to say June, July was really hectic for you, honey, because I just feel a lot of this is energetic stuff as well. So to me, it's really been heightened around that time. This month is going to slow down. So I want to say give yourself the time and the space to breathe and ground yourself at the moment. And I do feel that by doing that, you're going to get on top of it. All right? So positive thoughts.
And because I've already put the sun card, have I put the sun card up already?
Not today.
Oh, I had it this morning in the reading. So
lovely.
I will for here, because you asked about, is there any light at the end of the tunnel? What bigger light can you get than the sun? So there, enjoy the sunshine. It is ahead for you, and you just need to be seeing it. Put yourself out in it too. Don't just continually think that everything's so hard. If we're not having some challenges to actually stretch us, we're not going to grow. We're not going to learn. We're not going to move forward. We actually do need those hard times at times. No one wants it all the time. So stop wishing it to be hard. Stop thinking it's always hard. Change that thought process and perception and put it out into that light and move it forward in that way too.
Definitely. And see, even for me, like winter, I struggle. When we're dark and it's cold and overcast and whatnot, the sun here yesterday was beautiful, and it looks like it is again today, but the clouds are coming, sort of thing. So take that time, find what recharges your energy, your batteries. For me, it is Mother Earth, it's the sun, it's the warmth. So look at what helps you.
And I just love looking out this window. That makes it look like I'm ignoring you, Leanne.
We know where she's going to spend a lot of time. Port Elliott.
It's my office. It's my space. The tree that's there is a perfect tree. The birds just come in on there. And, the rosellas, the lovebirds, there has been some budgies, wild budgies. A warbler bird, just the normal everyday sparrows and whatever things. What are they called? Little things, finches and stuff. I've spent many a time. I'm not actually getting out into the nature, but I can see it because I spend a lot of time in front of the screen.
You can put your energy out there, your thoughts. You feel that beautiful sight. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And that's where opening the heart, opening the mind, opening the awareness, connect our soul space to what is nature, to what is spirit, because it's all one. The whole lot of us are all interconnected in that web of what existence is, what life is, what soul is. It's energy. We're all connected. So
for sure.
Which means that yes, is there any spirit messages for Rachel?
All right, Rachel, I actually have a grandmother figure that steps in around you, honey. She's got a hand on her heart. I've got a beautiful smile. A hand on the heart is my sign for love and pride. I do feel that you are very similar in ways. She's got a big heart, but it's such a gentle energy. And I just get the reference to that is the way that you are too, okay? Now, I also want to make reference to look at the changes that have been put in front of you. So I do get the feeling that there is opportunities coming your way. It's about trusting those opportunities and jumping on them when they feel right to you. So I just get only you can limit you. All right. So anything you put your mind to, you can make it happen. All right. So there's big changes, and I get you're heading in the right direction. You're right where you need to be. Well, that's a beautiful card. I haven't seen that one before.
This is the one in the expanded edition. Yeah. So it's 44. It's one of the master numbers because any doubles are. And it can equate down to 8 if you want it to. But what I'm getting from that, it is a magnifying glass. So it's more, I feel, about
breathing.
I'm feeling the sigh as in take the time, even though it's not the time card, it's taking the time to actually look more deeply at the detail and, you know, with what you're moving through in your life at the moment, just look at the detail of how, and I'm feeling that it's more what is come from your past experiences to who you are now. There's some things that you're really not looking at deeply as having as an important part of that where you've been from to now acknowledgement, if you get what I mean. So do look at your life and say thank you to you in that pathway that you've been through, and, you know, being able to just use that in the moment, the present moment now, to do that is what I really felt, that really lovely feeling. And it's almost that space as you drop into that zone, well, I call it the Zen space, you know. You're doing that breath and just allowing yourself to be in that space. But that's what I was feeling with that one, that card, looking at that card. Okay. And I'm moving on to the next one that I've found, which is the health problems that Joanne Rogers is experienced. What do we see? Do continue onward with following up any health issues with the recognised professionals, whether they be allopathic, complementary, alternative, still need to consult with someone who has the qualifications around health issues. But what have you felt?
I also get, honey, look at what you're holding on to, because I get the reference to energetically there's a hold there, so there's a block. So my feeling is there's stuff sitting in your energetic level that has become the physical. I'm actually drawn under that breastbone and the top of the stomach area, so whether that's sort of the area that you are having the physical symptoms, I just get that's where the energetic is sitting at the moment. I do feel there it's not just one thing. I get there's a lot of energy there. All right, so clear, ground, breathe, and when you do that, you're going to find that energy will move. Okay, so wishing you all the very best, honey, and sending you healing and love as well. So, and I did pull 2 cards. For some reason, I needed the 2 cards, and I think the cross was actually just acknowledging, yes, there is some health issues, and the cross that you're bearing. I'm feeling that is a load that you've actually taken on for yourself, like Leanne said, with holding stuff. You're actually holding stuff to yourself that you're actually not needing. And this is the choices. The 2 paths, it gives you the choice. You need to be making your right choices, and choosing the health path. And that is where I think I was getting that, go with the consulting
who you need to with anything to do with your health. So,
I'm a big believer, and we definitely do, go and see the medical profession if we don't feel that something is right. Don't waste time.
Yeah. And it was funny too, and that's why I also mentioned the alternative and complementaries. What was on recently? Was it 60 Minutes or something? Where was it? Liz someone, Olivia Newton-John. Yeah,
yep,
with
the cancer.
Yeah, the cancer, the stage 4 and the rest. And I sort of thought, well, when they were talking about the medical marijuana and, Olivia just saying that, look, it's not a drug, it is actually a herb, it's a plant, and how true that actually is. There is so much that we have in knowledge from eons past that's been given to us through our natural environment, the plants and that art, the natural first way that we treated illness and things that weren't quite right in the body. It was with the herbs as the medicine. It was with the food as the medicine. It was with what was available in nature. We have mucked around with it so much that even our nature isn't as natural as it used to be, because the soils are... I've got myself solo still.
I noticed that, but I was just you were talking, so I was going to say anything.
It's having that awareness for ourselves, what our own body wants, and becoming familiar with what our own body is actually trying to tell us, and then what spirit's trying to tell us, because they follow suit pretty much. I mean, that's part of that web that interacts in life. We need to continue to be in tune with ourselves, spending that time with ourselves to get to know that inner beingness of who we are and what our body's doing. So,
so true.
Yeah. I just glanced at the time. Gee, I can waffle on, can't I, sometimes? And we haven't done many readings, I'm sorry, for those who are waiting.
Oh, my goodness.
Just a reminder, it's potluck with this one. You'll have to be on tonight for Leanne and Annette, or tomorrow night with
8:30 tonight. Yep, I am back this week after doing a seminar last week, so I'll definitely be on tomorrow night as well.
But you did make up for it last week for being on the Thursday instead of the Wednesday. Yeah. I saw that.
I did. I sat there and I was dozing off in the chair, and I went, I got to do my live.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's so funny. And look, just a reminder to anyone that does watch these, look, we are professional readers. There is methods of getting in touch with us to book and have detailed readings. Either or, doesn't matter. The links are they in the description anymore? With the way Studio 2 do it? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Studio, if you put them in there, they definitely are there.
Well, they're in the event on the Micron TV. They're in the event description. I know that, but I'm not sure about, well, they're not in the one that I include in the, the heading that we put in on top. It's not in there, but look on our pages. What's your page?
Leanne Winston, Psychic Medium.
And
so if you go to Facebook.
Yeah. And mine is, the Facebook is either Ros Boundy page, or it is actually Hypnosis Plus with Ros. That's where I've got, I think, a link to booking, or a website that's still not finished. But, I mean, it's got stuff there. It's got the stuff there, but it's not
It's in progress. But it's there. So,
like any of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do want to say later today I will be putting up a link on my Facebook page for you to be able to check your intuition. So I've put a quiz together of 12 questions that you can actually click on the link above the video once I go live with it today, and take that quiz. See where your intuition sits. If you want to understand it a little bit better, we're here to help you. So
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to get it going.
Yeah, what time is it? Is that random?
As soon as I cut the videos from this morning and cut out all the bloopers, I was very good. I did not swear. I just went, refocus.
So, and not too many ums and ahs.
That's it. I got to nearly the end of one and I went twice and I went, nope, start again. I think I did about 8 takes, so I need to put a blooper video together one day, because there will be a lot of F's, this and stamp of the foot, and getting frustrated with myself.
I don't keep the bits. I tend to, but not that I haven't done much video editing over the last few years, because I really like the way that we're able to just get in and do it like this.
Be live.
The live
That's it.
streaming, and it's what I do.
Yeah. I know Felicity had a file full of all the bloopers that she was going to put together for me one day. Do I want to see them?
Oh, look, that stuff is something to go back and put a compilation of what's past, like, you know, do a little bit of history. Look at where it's been from to where we are now.
That's it.
Yeah, and some of the goofs you make with technology as well. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I get frustrated with myself.
Yeah. So we'll do a couple more. Yeah, even though it's close to the time, we'll do a couple more. And there's one that did we do no, that was the one on the health, wasn't it? We just did Vanessa's, wasn't it? Was Vanessa? Yeah. And so that was the next one.
We haven't done that one. Yep.
Oh, that's a health one too.
Oh, we've done Rachel. Yep, we haven't done Vanessa.
So we did Rachel. Right, yes. I'm just feeling it's very much the same sort of advice. But do you have anything more specific that would be a bit of a guide? I'm actually feeling like I'm getting a headache, so but anyway.
I think there's a couple of things going on with your health, honey. I want to say it's about nurturing you. You are being pulled up to take note and listen at the moment. So I get that life is hectic around you. For some reason, as soon as Ros put your question up on screen, I started to connect to the energy. I've got pain in my right hip, upper leg area. So I don't know if you've got something muscular going on there, but I just get the reference to it is really about maintaining it. I'm not getting warning bells go off, but I do feel that it's being aware of what's going on and maintaining it. All right? I do think you're heading in the right direction. It's going to be okay.
Yep.
All right? So sending you lots of love and healing.
And I am just getting that little bit of a hint that you need to be looking a bit more closely at it and getting it seen to if you're feeling too worried about it, which is very similar to what advice we've given before as far as around health stuff. And I'm just noticing, I was starting to giggle a bit myself, noticing some cards in a day when you're doing this type of thing, they do tend to repeat. And I do shuffle quite well.
Yeah. I think it was Thursday night. I kept getting the Infinity card come out, and it was constant. I think about 4 times in an hour. So, you know, a lot of us are experiencing the same things. The messages are the same for a lot of us.
And I think that's partly some of that connection, that web connection of we are all one, and the energy of those who are attracted to coming to looking at our show, to yours and Annette's and others, and you're you know, to this type of work, it is the same message that's around because there's a reason for that. We're interconnected. We are.
That's it.
There was one I was just saying, there's the health ones. Did we do Joanne's?
Yes.
Because that's another health one. That's what I thought.
Yes.
And Victoria, just as this was more a general message, wondering if you're getting a message for me at all, please.
I can't look at the paperwork, honey, so I don't know what the paperwork is around you at the moment, but I get focused on the paperwork. So I don't know if it's bills or it's business related, but I just get all the paperwork needs to be laid in front of you, and the focus needs to be around that. Okay?
I'm not that wasn't for you. The card wasn't there, and I'm not actually concentrating on getting to you. So
I get look at the taxes.
Which is that.
So yeah.
Are you saying that to me too?
You're always looking at that, aren't you?
Yes, someone else said that to me too recently. I said, well, yes, it's an ongoing process of business, and I'm winding down, not wanting to do, you know, it's the difference between business and what I enjoy doing. My focus has changed from it's a business to I'm just enjoying life and doing what I find is my path, and that's just doing things I enjoy. I live in the flow, and that's just me. So that for me is my own realisation and awareness that it's just not going to be structured as a business. It's just not where my brain is. I don't want to have that monkey mind, which actually was the headache was the monkey mind, thinking too much of whoever that was previously. Sorry, I've left that comment up. Or was that another one I'd put up? Did we read for Janine?
I think we did, yes, earlier.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We might just do this one as the last one because it is, you know, we do all have stuff to do, I suppose. Well, I'm supposed to. I like doing this, but you can't always do everything. Do yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. I get yes with that, honey. Okay, my heart's broken over that. So whether you hold on to a lot of energy around that still, I just get the reference to it's kind of got in your way. So when I say allow yourself to deal with it, to cut the cord, so to speak, it is what it is and you can't change it. But at the same time, I still feel that your dad loves you. So whether that's something that you've felt very heartbroken over the years with, I just get that love is still there. Okay? You need to mend your heart.
And this one I'm going to put up as a solo as well because it's time. And the time is right, whichever way you want to look at it. Oh, that was glary there. To move on with it. And it's funny, that's a card that I've seen recently that I haven't seen for so long, and time. That might even have been in this morning's reading that I did. And if you look closely at that, you've got so many different methods and ways of analysing, gauging, measuring time in this card. You've got the hourglass, you've got the chronometers, you've got the actual old cuckoo clocks and the rooster. I mean, what way was the best time ever in farming land is the rooster would wake you up. And all of that time means, that's supposed to go back to normal, it's just, yes, allow the time.
There's a lot of things are in the timing.
Yeah, a lot, yeah. And it does work through in the perfect time for everything to move on as well. What's that saying? Yeah. There's a reason, season. Oh, now I can't remember the saying. It was more around friendship, but it was, there is a season, a reason, and a lifetime, that type of thing. So it's allowing the place and space for that to happen. It's time, giving it time, making time, all the things we can do with time, and yet really time's just a construct we gauge. We've invented it. There's a lot more comments there underneath, isn't there? Wow.
Slightly.
Oh, dear.
And, it's not always about doing the readings. Sometimes it's the information we can share with you guys that can, if somebody can take one thing out of what we've said and make a difference in their life or help them in any way, the message has got where it's needed.
Yeah. And I would advise also, as I'm just flicking through, there is one there that's a link to somewhere about diamonds and the rest.
That.
Oh, it has been removed. It shows up in my feed. So good. Thank you.
It's removed off the Facebook page. We're not an advertising service for overseas things.
Thank you so much to everyone who has commented here. I'll go over it later myself if I manage the time.
Well, you're glancing out the window today. No, you've got other things to do first.
It was just, how timely the time card shows up. That sort of thing. I do try to at least comment to most of them afterwards, but look, sometimes it just doesn't happen. If you really need to connect and want help with anything, do book with either of us who you're led to, or seek help where you need to from professionals. I mean, there are professional psychologists and doctors and all sorts around. It is learning to be in tune with who you are in your own body, your energy. Just learning that can take years, but it's still, you need to do that. You need to be putting that into practice. To do that, tuning into yourself, to know what you actually need, getting the guidance from Spirit too as to where you need to go. Sometimes it is needing to go to a medical practitioner, like as in a general practice doctor or specialist or whatever, or just a naturopath, not just a naturopath, or a naturopath for the ways that you can do that, a homeopath, energy healers, whichever. Go to where you're led. Anything you want to finish on too, Leanne?
I want to say just remember to nurture you. This is what August is about. So just go with the flow, breathe, ground yourself, nurture, rest if you need to, because we have been in a pretty high intensity energy field just recently with a lot going on this year. So August is a good month. Might not feel it just yet, but it's going to be a really heightened, intense, positive month as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I choose to nurture this month.
That's great. That's great.
Manifest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was something that I was going to say. It's just gone. Oh, and here's me looking that way when I meant to look that way to you. And now I don't know. It was something very simple, so it wasn't that big a deal important. So that's right. At some point later in today, we'll see you live with a quiz, and tonight with Annette. And continue to keep in touch with mytimetv.live, because there will be some more variety of programs coming up. So like the show, like the channel, whatever thing you call it, it's just something that, variety is the spice of life, and there's so much that we can actually learn by being open and aware of what's around us, especially within our own energy, our own bodies. And that's what I'd like to close on for myself. So
perfect.
And we'll see you next week, Tuesday at 10:30 for Tuesday's Intuitive Chat with Leanne and Ros.
Thank you, Ros. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Now.